Yeah, hey, this was really a good opportunity for our club to take advantage of you know, the way the schedule fell, the Thursday game and then going to Monday, and we were able to sort out the week and give these guys plenty of time to get their legs back, and so it's very fortunate, you know, that this time of the season you get that. You can see it in the guys in the way they practiced, and the way they ran around, that you know, they're feeling pretty good, pretty strong. We get a few guys back too for this ball game. Thankfully, it's been a while. Not everybody's there, but it's a good showing, and so you guys will ask about the different ones, but like that we got this week done. We're taking off for the East Coast, and it's a big trip Monday night, and all that. It'll be a blast. So we're looking forward to it.
Tim.
Pete, do you have a time frame on when you expect Brandon to come back from the injury, and does Cedric step in at right tackle this week?
Cedric is stepping in, yeah, and it's I can't tell you. You know, it just depends how he responds once he starts working. It's a high ankle, so it just depends. He's getting around pretty good right now, finally, but not until you push on it do you know. So we won't know till the end of next week how he's doing.
Curtis.
Yeah, Pete, how significant are Freddie and David Moore's issues to have a couple receivers banged up and questionable for you?
Freddie's fine. You know, he had a family thing that he took care of. He's ready to go. Practice today and looks fine. David just felt a little something yesterday, so we just got to make sure he's okay. He thinks he's going to play and isn't concerned about it. One of our guys had the exact same thing. Ryan Neal had it a while back and was fine with it. So we're kind of keeping our fingers crossed.
Bob.
Yeah, Pete. So, what kind of week of practice did Chris Carson have? Does he kind of step right back in there and fully ready to go, or?
Yeah, Bob. He looks really good. I mean, he looked explosive and in great shape. He's got fresh legs. Benefit. You know, you can tell, you can feel it in his change of direction and all that stuff. So he's really raring to go. Yeah, he's full go.
Yeah, you just follow up, I guess. Shaquille, same sort of thing, and
yeah, Shaquille made through the whole week. No setbacks at all. He's ready to play.
Masvita.
Hey, Pete, just a quick question on Ugo Amadi. Just what have you seen since his return, and how has he solidified that backside?
You know, I talked to him today about just kind of praising him about how well he's playing at his position. He understands all of the nuances and stuff now. He's really becoming an expert at what we're asking him to do, his fits and his coverage and his leverage and all the things that he's got to do. He's doing really well, and they've got their top target guy going to be playing on the slot this week, and he's going to have to get after him all day long. So it's a good matchup.
Brady.
Hi, Pete. Is everything okay with Ethan? Is he ready to go?
Yeah, had a good week, really solid. He feels great. It's great to get him back in there for the continuity and all of that. It's you miss a guy that's been calling all the shots in there in the middle, and it's been a little bit. So he's ready to go. He's excited about it and all that. So we're fired up about it.
And then with Alex Collins, I saw that he was away from the team. Does he have to come back and re-enter the sort of intake process and all that?
Yes, he does. He had a family thing that he had to take care of at home, and so he's in the middle of the re-entry process right now.
Thanks.
Art.
Pete, the NFL has imposed new restrictions for beginning of next week. It doesn't affect you directly since you're going to be playing and traveling. What do you understand about what the consequences will be after you get back from Philly, and what are you going to have to do differently?
Well, the idea is to do everything virtually in team functions, and so that would mean that Monday we would meet virtually, which we already do anyway. So it's not going to change us at all. I think it goes Monday through Tuesday. Tuesday's the day off for us generally, and so it's not going to affect us at all. We've already been doing what they're asking. I do think that this is the next step, and I think there'll be more steps. I think they'll continue to clamp down as we just continue to see the severity of the situation and all of that. So we're ready to go. I'm really not. There's really nothing that we could do that we haven't done before, and so we're well prepared for it, and we'll be able to take it in stride. These protocols that are just stepped up here don't affect us at all.
Greg.
Hi, Pete. The NFL seems to be worried about out-of-town visitors to players over Thanksgiving, and that's what they're guarding against. Did you have an uptick in that, and that you had to test for? Did players report more visitors, or did you guys?
We have a whole procedure that new people coming in have to go through, and there was just a couple requests about that, so we didn't have much activity. Our guys, for the most part, made the choice to stay apart from their friends and families and stuff at this time, which was great. That's the easiest way to take care of any concerns. But we're still tuning in, and we know that somebody could drop in anytime and all that kind of stuff. So we continue to make it available for our players and their family and friends and extended group, to make sure we can take them on in and secure that they're safe and all.
This is still a knock on wood thing, but do you get teams from around the league or colleagues of yours who are asking how do you do what you do and how you haven't had any positive tests?
No, nobody's really calling in. All those calls took place quite a while ago when we were, figuring things out. We talked to a lot of coaches back before we got started. But now everybody's pretty much digging in, I think, and trying to figure it out themselves and adjust. We feel very fortunate that we are where we are, and we feel like we're kind of anticipating what's coming. So we're in good shape right now. Hopefully, we can just keep it going. It's a one day at a time deal. That's all we got.
Bob?
Benson Mayoa coming back last week. How did he play, and then how do you kind of see that rotation over there working now that he's back there and with Carlos?
He got in the rotation again, which was good. We've always liked Benson in being able to rotate him for passing situations to keep his his freshness and speed and explosion up and all of that. I would like to keep it going like that and keep him where he's really attentive to all of the third downs and nickel situations and 2-minute situations, so that we can highlight him and so he can play on one side and Carlos can play on the other. And so that's kind of how we're looking at it. But he's ready to play at any time and as is Alton, to keep the rotation alive at the Leo spot with Carlos.
Curtis?
Yeah, Pete, how did Darrell Taylor and Rashad Penny come along this week? And you mentioned the test you needed back from Darrell. How did that go?
Unfortunately, Darrell's deal is going to go all the way into early next week, Monday or Tuesday. I think it is when he meets with the docs for the final time. We'll see what that tells. So I can't help you. We were hoping it would happen this week. It didn't. I've talked to Rashad about he's coming out next week, and so I'm really hoping that through the weekend everything works out and he's ready to start practicing with us next week. We'll be thrilled about that. Sure.
Quentin Dunbar and Philip Dorsett a little longer out for both of them in different ways, but how are they kind of coming back at this point?
Philip's still in the boot, and I think he's getting out at the end of the week, and that'll be a big step for him, no pun intended. Dunbar he's getting ready now. He's really close, and we'll be able to go week to week now from this point forward. So we'll be keeping our fingers crossed that he's ready to go.
Last question to Brady Henderson from his boat.
Thank you. Pete, with Darrell and Rashad for that matter, can you help clarify the rules? Is there a deadline to when they have to start?
You got to start again. I was checking out the woodwork on the boat and everything. I didn't listen to the question very well. Sorry.
Yeah, well, the woodwork needs more work. But with Darrell and Rashad, with the rules for PUP and NFI, is there a deadline to when they have to start practicing? Otherwise, they're not eligible.
No, I don't know that. They've got the 3 weeks to prove that they're ready to go, though. I don't know about that. There's a deadline here at the end of the season. I don't see that. Well, would you refer to that as a cabin cruiser? Would that be no?
This is a trawler. Yeah.
A trawler. Awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, see ya.